The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the first possession of the game. Sometimes you sense that what the kids call swagger is a false bravado. This dude is nothing but real at wide receiver.
He's got that speed, and it just, you see DBs, they're probably watching him come on the field right now, and they understand it's going to be a long game. This guy can go get it, he can run, he can do a little bit of everything at the wide receiver spot.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Keep it on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority #1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground as a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. They'll try the run. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Fires to the middle. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. They go to the ground. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Wolverines are threatening in the red zone. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Makes the grab. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back has it. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Off the play fake. Fires left. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. They punted on their first drive of the game, and now they have to convert on 3rd down to avoid doing it again. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job.
Makes the grab down the left side. And he's running in the open. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. You knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete. 3rd and goal from way back there. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And that ball is picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Green Wave.
Dude, you're just thinking hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on...
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The expressway is wide open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tulane has it back in the offense coming out to go on the attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Catch in the middle, it's best. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll put the tight end in motion. Leaves it with the back. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary, guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double-team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Ventura.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on 3rd down, but this is a different deal on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Pryor. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy I can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at him. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week.
Oh, look out! And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan!
And the defense lets the big tight end get behind him, and you can see it. When he saw his tight end streaking down the field, he knew he had to throw it up in the air, let him go make a play. He does it. Big play for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Boston College managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. And they'll savor this one in Chestnut Hill for some time, no matter the final score. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Caught near the sticks. It's best. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. After that completion, move the chains. Now first down. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Abraham. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The give to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
He stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Unloads to the right. It's complete. Open runway ahead. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They'll run it on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. See if they can get it done on second and goal. They're going to run it. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? After getting absolutely nowhere on second down, they'll try it again on third. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Starting this third quarter on the ground. At the 35, he's loose. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Best. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. Just had a solid pickup on 1st. Now let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Tulane! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Moving past the 25. Afterburners coming. The 30. He's at the 20. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
He uncorks a bullet to the right. Finds his man, they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Takes the handoff. It's Algier. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The give to the tailback. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Touchdown, Michigan! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Tulane has it back in the offense coming out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Running it back, it's Abraham. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Looking left. And it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Fires and picked off. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
That is exactly what you want from your quarterback. Hanging in there, letting the route develop, throwing the football down the field while you're getting hit, and the receiver does the rest and runs into the end zone for the touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Going up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. This will be the final play of the third quarter with just 1 tick left on the clock. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the third period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Stopped after making the catch.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Back behind the chains, 1st and 15. He's looking to throw. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. A 3rd and long coming up here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. That's caught. It's Higgins. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass from the jet sweep. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Best. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolverines. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the returner will be knocked down. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzz.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm.
And this defense is bringing the Heat another sack. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He wants a big play here late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse